How good is Amar Fatah? Well, that's a question that Dundee United fans will be able to tell you easily after watching him this season. It's also a question that many Rangers fans will be asking, given that there's now reports coming from Sweden. The Rangers are not only interested in 22-year-old right back Hampus Scotland, but also interested in the 22-year-old forward Amar Fatah, who's been on loan at Dundee United from Twa this season. So he is part of the City group. It remains unclear what his future will be there, but reports in Sweden are now suggesting that Rangers are interested. Player I've been really impressed with when I've seen him for Dundee United this season. Brilliant catalogue of goals, some of which we'll look through later. 8 goals this season, 3 from the penalty spot, 5 from open play, and all the open play goals are crackers. Like I say, we'll see those goals later. We'll look through some of the data. So hello and welcome to Analysing Scottish Premiership. My name is Kai Watson, and as the video suggests, today we're going to look at Amar Fatah and see just how good he is, see what level he can get to, and see if he'd be a good signing for Rangers or anyone else in the summer. So let's get started. So let's look into the data. In 30 appearances for Dundee United this season, Fatah has 8 goals and 3 assists. Like I said previously, 3 of those goals coming from the penalty spot, the other ones being cracking finishes. Just a player I think has been great for Dundee United this season. Really good player to watch, really good on the ball, strong ball carrier, great agility and balance when it comes to keeping the ball tight, keeping the ball when opponents are putting pressure on as well. So let's look at some of the percentiles, so the data that's on screen. So he's top goal scoring wide midfielder, winger in the league if you don't include Tawanda Maswanise in that, which Scout includes Maswanise more as a striker, so that's why Fatah is ranked as the highest scoring winger. Second in XG, a lot of the XG is drummed up by the penalties that he's taken. Obviously he's scored 3 of them, he has missed 1 as well this season. Ranks highly for non-penalty goals. Goal conversion rate is really good there as well, quite high for touches in the box, progressive runs, dribbling up there in the 64th percentile as well. He is a good ball carrier, but I think he's in a Dundee United side that probably don't use him as much as they should, but it's a Dundee United side that struggles to keep the ball, lowest possession in the league on average, and they give the ball away more than anyone else in the league. So I think it's hard for a creative player like him to really get involved when they don't really keep the ball much. They've not got much going forward as well, even though they are 7th in the table. I think a lot of fans will be disappointed by the performances. I think sometimes you look at the game, like when they played Celtic at Tannadice, I think they played really well there, but I just don't think they've used players like Fatah to their strengths as much as they could this season. Their forward plays been pretty lacking. I think fans will agree for the most part there. So moving into another bit of data, we'll look at his improvements from last season percentile wise. So we're looking at season for Dundee United in the lighter blue, and then he was on loan at Willem II last season in the Eredivisie, so that's the darker blue there. So just look at where he's improved in percentile wise for this season. So key passes, goals, the XG, the assists, non-penalty goals, shots per 90, goal conversion rate, cross accuracy, then touches in the box as well. Dribbling numbers were a bit better in the Eredivisie, which I think's a good sign. A team that are in a league that probably prioritises teams keeping the ball a bit more and try to build up that attack and play, that his numbers are that good. Again, in a league that's also higher quality as well. So I think that's a really good sign. And I do think when he does get on the ball at Dundee United, you can see that there is quality there. He has a strong ball carrier and he does really well keeping the ball close to his feet and keeping defenders off him and doing the best they can to manage to create chances. Next bit of data we're going to look at is goal scoring wingers, so looking at his goals and his goal conversion rate. So as I mentioned previously, he's the top goal scoring winger in the league, out with Maswanise, because Scout has him down as a striker. And then the conversion rate there, he ranks really highly as well, in between 15 and 20% for conversion rate, which I think for a winger is very good. The average is just over 2 shots per 90, so he's not a volume shooter. I do think he picks his chances really well. His decision making is pretty good at times, especially for a young winger. It's not something you really expect. It's more a trait that players develop over the years of getting experience, but I think Fatah is quite decent in that aspect. And talking about the goals, let's look at his goals from open play this season and prepare to be impressed. I can imagine you were as impressed as I am watching those goals. There's some excellent finishes there, and just really showing his quality, the ability to get the ball on his right foot and keep the ball tight, those little touches to throw defenders off, to manage to manipulate that space to get a shot away. I think it's really impressive and something that he'd obviously continue if he did manage to move to Rangers. Then just looking at his ball carrying numbers, so dribbles per 90 and progressive runs per 90, he's just above the average for both. Like I said, I don't think all of that's down to the player. I think a lot of that can be attributed to how little Dundee United keep the ball, how little they build up the play, and how much they lose it, which again doesn't really help a winger that likes to go on the ball and likes to create chances and likes to drive his team forward. So I don't think you can blame that fully on Fatah. I spoke about that when I done the Lucas Stevenson video as well. I think it's quite hard to judge players that have been at Dundee United this season. Some of the data is good, some of it's not going to be so good because of the aforementioned style of play and how little they keep the ball and how much they struggle to build up from the back and build up into decent attacks. So that's a bit of data. Seeing some of the goals there, how much have you been impressed by Amar Fatah this season? Do you think Rangers is a good move for him? I think he's definitely ready to step up a level. It will be interesting to see his place in the City group. Like I say, he's on loan from Troyes. I don't think he's going to get any time at Man City, or Man City are going to take him on there to loan him out or sell him. So it will be interesting to see if Troyes want to keep him or if they're going to sell him this summer. But I do think Rangers are going to be looking for more wingers. They're going to lose Moore. I don't think they're going to sign Scott Wilson permanently. Unsure what Antman's future looks like since he's not had much game time. So I do think he'll be a good signing. He's performed well in the league. And a Dundee United side, like I said, even though they are 7th and it's not the end of the world, I think most of their fans will be disappointed by how their seasons went and most of their performances, especially in an attacking sense. So please leave some comments down below. What do you think of Amar Fatah? Do you think he'd be a good signing for Rangers or anyone else in the league? If you have enjoyed today's content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a great day.